Hey guys, if you're excited for next week's before and after the UCAT exam, make sure you smash that subscribe button so you don't miss out. Let's move on to the video. How do I start my day? So I started my day at 7:25. Now I do this for a very simple reason. I need to do a buttload of work and don't want to work until 11 p.m. Waking up earlier just means I get my work done sooner, and that seems to make more sense. I actually start working at 8:30. I did 1 hour and 15 minutes of UCAT revision. UCAT revision is something that I put at the beginning at first because it was something new compared to like the academic stuff I've been doing in school. So I thought having UCAT at the beginning would be something that would be interesting, exciting, and would be a great way to actually just make going and studying first thing in the morning a lot easier, which is why it made sense originally to put UCAT at the beginning. At this point in time though, I was starting to do a lot of mini mocks, and doing questions first thing in the morning is quite hard. I was quite tired when I started out, and I was quite exhausted from the week and just not getting enough sleep in general. So I really struggled for the first hour and 15 minutes, but oh well, there's nothing I can do about it. I might be tired on the day of the exam, so I knew I just needed to keep going. I'm watching this video for the third time.
The correct answer is option D.
Okay.
The statement states that a quarter of the gardens that he has worked on have at least 2 types of fence installed by him completely empty. Therefore, the only Venn diagram that fulfills all these criteria is diagram D, which is therefore the correct answer.
I think that makes sense the third time round. After my UCAT, I do biology revision. Now, biology is a subject that I am personally very passionate about. I really enjoy biology. I don't particularly struggle with understanding the content. There's just a lot of content to get through. So what I've been doing is I've been making my way through the specification. I often found that I would do too much or kind of try to understand too much that I didn't actually need to know. So I thought actually just going through the specification, working out exactly what I need to know, what I need to understand, what I need to memorize, that would be like a good use of my time. So that's what I've been doing this summer, and I continued going through the specification today. Biology time. Let's go. Bio. Compare that to my tiredness at the beginning. Let's not think about that. Let's keep go train going. This is obviously a lot of work, so wait until the end to know why my summer is so work heavy, how my summer differs from other med applicants at the moment, and how my summer is going to differ from your summer, so you can better understand and have a better idea of what applying to medicine is like. So yeah, that's at the end. Keep watching. Let's go. Let's carry on with the video. So what I've ended more UCAT for another hour and 15 minutes. Now, during this time, I would usually do BMAT revision. This is usually the block in my timetable where I'm like, okay, time to do BMAT. But because my UCAT exam is coming up, I knew I needed to do some more UCAT stuff. So instead of doing the 1 hour and 15 minutes of BMAT, I just did an extra UCAT session, which ended up being better just because it was later in the day. It wasn't first thing in the morning. So I was happy that I then had that block where I could do more UCAT revision. Got a 770 on my verbal reasoning. That's the same score as I got last time. I had to guess the last 12 questions out of 44 questions because of time, which means if I were to increase the rate at which I was answering questions, I could get above 700 for verbal reasoning, which is the goal, especially because my abstract reasoning sucks. After that, I did chemistry. Chemistry is a subject I personally struggle with. There is less content in chemistry than in biology, or at least in AS, that's just how it is. But the chemistry content is really confusing. You can't see atoms, you can't see molecules, you can't see compounds. So you picturing how they react and how each thing interacts is a lot harder than if you need to think about how a fish breathes in biology, just because biology in itself, like you've seen a fish, right? And you've seen most of the things that come up in biology. So it's a lot easier for you to wrap your head around how the buccal cavity moves up and down and how that pressure might impact the rest of the fish than it is going to be for you to think about how this extra pi bond is going to affect this chemical reaction with this bromide ion. So I just find it takes more time to understand chemistry, which is why I did 1 hour and 15 minutes of chemistry instead of 50 minutes like I did in biology. I don't know if you have heard of Anki. Basically, it's like this flashcard website app thing. It systematically gives you flashcards to do depending on like how easily or how hard you find them. I'm going to go through some flashcards. Done my flashcards, so now I just need to write more for the next 40 minutes. So I'm gonna go do some EPQ. Obviously, this was a very, very, very work-heavy summer. Was it my intention when I first applied? No, aka why I have this video now, because it's like a warning that it can be a lot harder than you imagine. The reason why my summer is like this is because of COVID and other stuff. Basically, right? COVID meant that my end of year exams got moved to the start of this year, which meant that I had to continuously work at them throughout the summer. I mean, the school did recommend that I do them for 2 weeks and then take the rest of the time off, but because I have so much other stuff to do, like the UCAT exam and the BMAT exam and my EPQ, I couldn't just spend 2 weeks doing that, because that would mean that I've got 2 weeks where I wasn't doing everything else. So what I thought would be a way better way to do it is just to do everything, but in small blocks consistently, which honestly I did find quite good, because it was like, okay, I've just done this for, I don't know, 45 minutes, now I'm doing something else, and now I'm doing something else. There was a continuous amount of refreshment, but I mean, that's what happens when you have a huge pile of work to do. But oh well. So that was reason one. Second reason, entry exams and my EPQ. So I needed to do UCAT revision, I needed to do BMAT revision. For BMAT, I have to learn physics. I haven't touched physics in a year. So that was all stuff that obviously takes up a buttload of time. And then my EPQ, I needed to write another 3,000 words. And to do that, I needed to do a lot more research because I didn't do enough research. So that's why my summer is so hectic and filled with work. But my summer is different to other med applicants, even right now with the whole COVID situation. So for example, one of my friends, right, he doesn't have his end of year exams at the start of year 13. They actually did their end of year exams. So he's just been revising for UCAT and that's it. He wasn't actually considering doing BMAT work until now, when he actually just aced his UCAT. But he ended up doing 3 hours of UCAT revision a day, and the rest of the time he would basically just do whatever he wanted. But he was fortunate enough to be in that position where he could do that. How my summer is going to differ to your summer? Well, obviously you're not going to have COVID. So hopefully you're not going to have COVID. So you're not going to have this whole thing, which in reality is really great, because it's a lot easier. Like, you know, my friend can do 3 hours worth of work. Like, you can do 3 hours and then be done. Although in reality, you don't need to do 3 hours. I mean, unless you're doing it to decide whether you should actually do the BMAT and go to Oxford. No, we're going to see how my UCAT goes. My UCAT's on Friday, so fingers crossed. And yeah, maybe I'll take this back, but you don't need to do 3 hours. Like, even the UCAT website says that the people who do well do an hour a day for, 4 weeks? The some holidays 8 weeks on, although I do think he only did it for like 2 weeks or maybe 3 weeks. He's basically had the majority of the summer off because he did it early. He literally did it in like the first slot you could. So I guess that is, in that sense, quite clever. You can also do that, which would mean that your summer's predominantly free. So that is how your summer's going to differ to mine. But saying that, you never really know what is going to happen, right? Like, I didn't think this time last year that I'd be spending my whole summer doing this. Thank you for watching. My next video is going to be a before and after video of the UCAT exam. So if you are excited, if you are wanting to watch that, then like and make sure you subscribe, turn on those notifications so you can be alerted when my cool UCAT exam video comes out, which I'm very stressful for. So if you want to, I don't know, wish me luck, then check out my Instagram and send me a DM, because it'd be really meaningful. I'm really worried about this exam, which is all going to be further explained in my UCAT video. See you again soon. Goodbye.